right, Confident Crew, we are finally here. We are on day one, our front one workout, and I am sure that you're gonna love this workout. Now, here's our main objectives for learning how to lay this foundation confidently. First and foremost, in everything that we do, we're gonna take these movements nice and slow in order for us to really be intentional about what's supposed to be going on in our bodies. The first thing that I really want you to focus on and take away from this entire session is being able to activate and keep your core engaged during your entire movements. If we have done that throughout this session, then we are being completely successful. So, what's our objective? To be able to activate and engage the core throughout our entire movements. That's going to ensure that you are truly strengthening your core. It's also going to make sure that you stabilize that spine and prevent injuries as much as possible, okay? So, like I talked about in the muscle split video, today we're going to start with our big muscle groups on the front side of the body. So today we're going to start with the chest. We're going to utilize a push-up while activating the core. So what this is going to look like, I'm going to give you a couple of different options. First of all, if you're somebody that can use the floor, we will start on the floor. If you're somebody that needs a little bit more assistance than that, you can go to a wall, or you can use something like a couch or a chair to elevate the ground, so to speak, to be able to give you a little bit more assistance until you're able to go down to the floor. All right, so here's how we're going to utilize our core in this full body movement of the push-up. We're going to come down to the ground. Now, if you're somebody that's used to being down on your knees, how you check if you're actually engaging your core from that position is you're going to come to a full plank and then place your knees down here. This is the proper position that you want to be in if you are doing your push-ups from your knees. Other than that, we're going to pick up the knees here. And what I want you to do is on your way down, lowering down, I want you to inhale, utilizing your diaphragm. See if you can expand that stomach as you go down. When you go to come up, we're going to pull up on pelvic floor and draw navel to spine so that we feel those abs like we did in our breathwork video, okay? So fingers are wide. We're gonna inhale down. Press up, pulling navel to spine and pulling up on pelvic floor. Good, let's do it again. I'm going to come down to my knees for you guys so that it's a little bit easier for me to talk and do this. So inhale down. Exhale, really focus on drawing navel to spine and pulling up on pelvic floor. Inhale down. You might even start to notice those abs trembling a little bit. Inhale down. Exhale up. 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 Now, if this is your first time really trying to engage the core during that push-up, maybe you could do full plank push-ups to begin with. You might find it a little bit more challenging. Take your time. We're going to be redoing these workouts several times, like I mentioned before, in order for you to really lay a solid foundation. Eventually, you'll get to where you're not even thinking about it and you're utilizing your core in these movements. All right, next we're gonna move on to the lower body. Again, we wanna be promoting good circulation, good blood flow. So we're gonna work on the quads next. In order to truly get the quads here, we wanna separate our feet just a couple of inches. Okay, shoulders are back and down. Hips are gonna come back. And we're gonna come down into our squat here. Keep our hands to heart center. Now, different heights are going to look different in this. I'm 6'1", so it's gonna look a little bit different for me. You might be able to keep that chest upright. I come forward just a little bit. But again, biggest objective here is, can I engage the core while I'm doing these movements? So we're gonna inhale on the way down. Our belly should inflate, diaphragm activate. And then on the way up, when we're ready to come up, I want you to think about pulling up on pelvic floor and drawing navel to spine. Big exhale, abs contract. Inhale down, belly inflates. Exhale out of your mouth, draw navel to spine. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down, you can hear me breathing, and I should be able to hear you breathing too if you're in the gym or we're training together. Inhale down. Pull up on pelvic floor, draw navel to spine. Let's go again. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Should start feeling these quads. As you're drawing in, these quads are wanting to pull up as well. Inhale down. Exhale up. Last one, inhale down. Exhale up. Good. Were you able to engage your core? Were you able to feel your abs in that movement? If not, don't worry, we're always gonna be working back through these. All right, next we wanna work the abs, right? Now, primarily, if you are truly doing proper core engagements in your other movements, ab workouts aren't really necessary to the extent that we've really made them necessary. So, if we want to incorporate abs, which I do think is a good idea, you're going to lay down on the ground and we're gonna do a crunch here. But I want you to pay attention to a couple of things while we're doing this crunch. First of all, I want you to take your pelvis and I want you to tip it forward just a little bit so that your pelvic bone goes more this way. Your back might be flat to the ground. Now, you're gonna take your hands behind your head. You're just gonna gently rest there. And I want your chin to stay parallel to the ceiling here, okay? So I don't want you to tuck here. Keep it parallel to the ceiling. Let your head rest on your hands so we're not curling and creating a lot of trauma to the neck here. Just rest your head. Then when we go up, I want you to go straight up, keeping the chin parallel, tucking the pelvis. Exhale here. Inhale, you're gonna come down. Exhale, draw navel to spine. You're gonna get so much more out of these than just going through the motions and not really knowing these little tips and tricks. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Chin parallel to the ceiling. Inhale down. Exhale up. How we doing? Inhale down. Intentional movement here. You're gonna get so much more out of it. You're gonna cut your training time in half and getting twice the results. Inhale down. Exhale up. Good job. All right, we're gonna go ahead and come up from that. So we've worked the biggest muscle groups on the front side of the body right now. We're gonna go ahead and hit the biceps and shoulders as well. Because again, we want to include the core into every muscle group, everything that we're doing. Your core, I can't say this enough, supports your spine, and your spine controls so much of just even your bodily functions, as well as everybody who's had a back injury before knows it's no fun to be in pain there. So I want you guys to grab a band. If you don't have a band, you can also just use some soup cans or something that you have lying around the house, okay? If you have a band though, I want you to step on it. You're gonna have your palms up here, shoulder blades down and back, elbows into the sides. You're gonna start with the band up. You're gonna inhale into the stomach as you slowly lower down. Draw navel to spine. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Really draw navel to spine here. Inhale down, nice and controlled. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Inhale down. We've just got one more after this one. Exhale. Draw navel to spine. And inhale down. Exhale up, drawing navel to spine, okay? So again, for some of you guys, this might be a really slow pace that you're not used to and you don't like, but I want you to keep in mind that it's time under tension that builds a muscle, okay? So you can go as fast as you want to, and you're really gonna be slipping more into a cardio style of training rather than really building that muscle. And we know building muscle helps to boost your resting metabolic rate. So a lot of times the goals that we think that we want, we're just training, we're not really training in a way that is suitable for that. So I want you to keep that in mind. If you're tempted and you're just kind of like, oh, this is so slow. I get it. I love to move really quick too a lot of times, but again, you got to kind of know what your goals are and is your training really lining up with what your goals are? All right. And then for others, you're probably loving this pace, and I hope that you are. This is really meant to lay the foundation that we're looking for. Okay, enough of Megan's little soapbox. We're gonna go to shoulders next, right? We wanna make sure we have those nice shoulders to really help to support our spine as well. Now, on this one, we're gonna start from shoulders back and down. We still have the band attached to our feet here. We're gonna draw our head back. So I call it cell phone neck. I see this a lot in the gym right now, is this protruding of the chin. We definitely don't want to train our shoulders that way. We're already kind of struggling with that. So we're going to bring our chin back, shoulders back and down. Then we're going to bring these elbows out. And we want to make sure our wrists are straight across here, that they're not drooping like this, okay? So nice and straight lines always. We're going to inhale down. Exhale up, squeeze these shoulders. Inhale down. Up and hold 2 seconds. Inhale here. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale down, diaphragm, stomach inflates. Exhale, we're gonna draw in. Inhale down. Exhale up. I'm gonna turn so you guys can see me from the front angle here. Inhale up. I did that backwards, but I'm sure we've all done it. We're gonna, okay, inhale down. Exhale up. Good. Last one, let's go inhale down. Again, connect to the muscle group that you're trying to utilize, core as well as shoulders. Exhale up here. Nice job, you guys. Okay, we have worked the main muscle groups on the front side of the body, the chest, the quads, the biceps, as well as the shoulders here, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to start this video back over, and I want you to go through these 3 to 4 times at your diagnosed rep set. Again, we're not trying to get in the most reps, the fastest. We just want to see, can we start getting that core to turn on and stabilize throughout our movements, okay? So that's your assignment for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this workout. Maybe many of you guys have already done these sort of things before, but you never knew how to use your core in them. I think you guys are gonna be really excited with the results. Just stick with it.